Hello, you guys. My name is Marshall, and I posted a video a couple hours ago, or maybe not even, asking you guys or this is at least when I'm recording this commentary, about what kind of commentary you guys wanted to see. I gave you guys three options. One was one about getting to or moving stories, like when I move and stuff like that. Getting to getting to know Marshall, and the most common kind of argument between gamers and PC people and Mac people is Mac versus PC and Xbox versus PS3. So yeah, I'm gonna get right into this commentary, you guys. I've decided to go do each commentary one by one. So this time it's moving stories. Next time we'll be getting to know Marshall, and then the PC versus Mac and Xbox versus PS3. So before I start, I'm just gonna tell you this guy. I recorded this gameplay real quickly. It was a live gameplay. 28-3 with the golden og, dual mag. And yeah, don't really want to go over anything. So let's start it off right here. I recorded the last commentary in Vegas froze. So yeah, I don't know what happened there. Okay, so let me start off, you guys. As far back as I can remember, about 2 or 3 years old. I'm not even joking. I've kind of really good memory. So, anyways, we at that time we lived in a house that I think it was the first house my dad built, because he was a contractor. He owned a pretty good running business, meaning like he had it ran pretty good. Let's just say that. And yeah. Anyways, after that we moved into a house. The second one I believe my dad built, and that was the first house I remember living in as a young child. Only 14, so I'm kind of am still a child, but you know what I'm saying. Oh, that house was probably that was a super nice house. I really liked that house. Not much I can explain about it. It was a 3-story house, if that really matters. We had all of our I have 4 sisters and 2 parents, obviously. It was me and my 2 sisters and my parents on the top floor, and then on the bottom floor, the basement, my sister and my 2 older sisters lived in their own rooms. So they had a nice little setup downstairs because they had their computer down there. Remember this? This was early 2000s, so we had one of those old dinosaur computers, except not one of like the old white ones you see in like an older office. But it wasn't one of those. It was just an older one compared to what we have nowadays. But just thinking about stuff back then, it's really kind of nice. But after that, we moved into our second house. A really nice house. It was like a 3-acre lot with 4,500 to 5,000 square foot house. It had a full bar, like we had a bar, pool table, dart table, like a dartboard. It was really nice house. We had this room called the Great Room. Just a big ceiling, and then basically it was just kind of like our third living room, because we had a living room upstairs, a living room downstairs, and then that was just kind of our third living room. No TV, no anything, just kind of relaxed, chill, and lay back and whatnot. It had just some nice leather couches and everything. And after that we moved into our lake house. Our lake house was fantastic. I loved that house so much. It was like you went in the living room. It had about, I don't know, I think it had like 8 or so windows. Like, you know those houses, those log houses, they have like the big windows facing the lake. Yeah, that's what we had. And then the only space in between all that was the little like there's the logs, just separating everything. It was a really nice house. It was about 5,000 square foot. We all had our own room except for my older sister, because she did not live with us anymore. She moved out, lived in an apartment. So yeah. After that, that summer, we lived that years. We owned it and we rented it for that the summer. Before we moved out of it. yeah, that summer, after 2 years out of summer, I went to North Carolina, where I currently live. I went there on vacation. I was supposed to be only for 2 weeks with my grandparents, but turns out I stayed there for 6 weeks, you guys, because my parents were busy and everything. They couldn't come get me. And yeah, after that, we moved to the cities, or close to the cities in. And after that, we moved to North Carolina. North Carolina. Well, this is the state I currently live in, and wow, did a lot of things happen on the way here. Let's just start this. All right. It's June 2009. I just got done with 6th grade. That was the last day of school. Came home, did whatever. We packed up all of our things. June 3rd, 6 a.m. We left our house in Minnesota. We just we had everything packed for like the last week or two. And yeah, but before we were packing, I gotta tell you guys something. I almost died. Like, I'm not even joking. So we went up north to get stuff from our lake house, and my sister was driving my mom's Pontiac G8, which is a really nice car, and so some moron in a Chevy truck decided to go over one lane and didn't even see us and almost hit us, and we literally went in the ditch, but we didn't flip or anything. We just slowly went into the ditch because that retard didn't know, and I almost died if my sister wasn't amazing at driving. But anyways, let me get to the rest of my story. On our way moving here, so me and my dad were in the big U-Haul. My uncle was in my dad's truck with a U-Haul trailer in the back with a bunch of stuff in the back bed. And then my mom in her G8 and my two sisters in our Pontiac Vibe. So, you know, and then me and my dad were in front, and then we were like, okay, we're just gonna go since you guys are, you know, we'll meet you. We'll go on the side of the road and meet you guys there. And then it turns out they went the wrong way, so we waited 45 minutes, and then they caught up, and then it turns out that trailer, the little U-Haul trailer was, it was like leaning a certain way, and it wasn't working. Like, what I mean was wasn't working was it was going to like fall or pop a tire, but it was gonna do something. I don't remember. And so we had to stop at a rest stop for like 45 minutes. They repacked it and we hit the road. So on our way here I'm gonna say in about Kentucky, I believe it was. My uncle was in front of my dad's truck. He had the GPS, and you know when the GPS tells you to go the wrong way. He did that, right? So we're in Kentucky. If you've ever been in Kentucky, you know that there's the hills and there's back roads back there, and they're freaking creepy. So my uncle decides to go back there because he thinks that the GPS is right. He was wrong. We go back. There's a bunch of Mexicans. I'm sorry if I offended anyone, but in trailer houses and everything. But yeah, it was this tiny road. It would just fit one of those tiny Ford Fiestas. That's all the bigger that road was wide. And me and my dad are sitting here. I forgot to mention this. Me and my dad were hauling. We had one of those things where it's a trailer, and you put the two front wheels of a car on there, and we were dragging a car. Yeah, we were dragging my sister's car because it was broken. We were dragging it through there with the big U-Haul. Remember that? My dad was so mad. I just remember that. And then so eventually, half an hour later, after we got off that road, I was like, wow, I can't believe we just did that. We're going, and pop! I was like, oh god, what now? Tire goes right past our cars. Like, oh my god, are you joking me? The tire from the trailer, the U-Haul trailer, decided to pop off. Yeah. I have a lot more stories if you guys want to hear them. I can do them some other time after these commentaries. But yeah, you guys, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna render this video. So peace.